PEMF, also known as pulsed electromagnetic field therapy, has a long history of beneficial medical and scientific use, dating back into the 18th century. Emerging naturally in the world and being essential to sustain all life on Earth, PEMF has an extensive history of healing properties and is being researched, developed, and used daily. In 1774, Franz Anton Mesmer, a German doctor, discovered extraordinary results treating patients suffering from mental illness by making them swallow an iron liquid and passing two magnets around them, resulting in immediate symptom relief for several hours. PEMF was also explored by Nikola Tesla, as he discovered that cells respond positively to PEMF energy. And besides the widely recognized Tesla coil, invented a similar electromagnetic device in 1891, which he used on patients as a tool for immediate physical pain relief.
3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
NASA was amongst the first that researched PEMF technology and invested over $3.5 million in its research.
One of the groups that I consulted for was NASA at Johnson Space Center. They would be really interested in knowing if I could help them develop a system to use magnetic fields to try to grow stem cells in culture. Then I designed and developed electrical stimulators to actually drive the magnetic coils. The results basically were that if you had a narrow pulse, really significant effect on virtually everything we measured. Wow, okay, so nobody was more surprised than me.
NASA developed its own PEMF pads into spaceships, and PEMF technology became essential in mitigating bone loss and muscle degeneration.
So I said, wow, this is a really big deal. I don't believe it. I don't believe scientifically anything unless you can repeat it. So I went ahead and I redesigned and I recalibrated and I sent a new set of driver equipment to NASA with everything new. We reran the experiment and guess what? Got the same result.
In 1979, the FDA approved PEMF therapy for the healing of non-union fractures. 3 years later, they cleared low-powered PEMF devices called BGS, or bone growth stimulators, for human use. In 2004, the FDA approved the use of PEMF in cervical surgeries, and 2 years later for the treatment of depression and anxiety. And in 2011, approved PEMF therapy for the treatment of brain cancer. Just 1 year later, Novacure chairman and engineer Bill Doyle shared remarkable findings that the pulsating EMF had on soft tissue cells.
These are Robert's MRIs, again, under only TT field treatment. This is a therapy that takes time to work, okay? It's a medical device, it works when it's on. But what we can see is by month 6, the tumor has responded and it's begun to melt away. It's still there. By month 12, it's essentially completely gone.
And demonstrated tumor-treating fields as successful treatments for cancer patients.
It's now 5 years since Robert's diagnosis, and he's alive, but importantly, he's healthy and he's at work.
The use and development of PEMF technology dates centuries back and have strongly rooted itself in the scientific and medical community in the 20th century. But the options where we can utilize it now are endless, and the benefits of it even more so, despite PEMF's lack of recognition around the world. This all-valuable technology only awaits what's to discover in the years to come.